Let's get this started. Okay. So I'm gonna try and get through the rest of the expansion today. I forgot to set my fucking volume. Okay. All fixed. You guys might not have an issue with this, but I do because I use headphones, and my headphones are not intelligent. I wish I had the wherewithal to remember to set up a virtual audio source to just make it so that I don't have to switch between the two, and everything just comes out where it's supposed to come out, like I used to. But I'm too lazy to do that. Just there was a point where I didn't have to do what I'm doing right now. And unfortunately, now I do. And it's really dumb. Alright. So last we left off, we'd come in here and, stuff. Everything is so dilapidated and rusty. Don't tell me this shit came from the future. None of this really looks correct. Alright, what's the deal? Why is this thing just standing here? Hmm. Rather than just doing math. So are they gonna give me my hat, or am I gonna have to... Whatever. So am I gonna have to jump down, or... Yes, yes I am. Hello, Graha. Hmm... What the fuck? Yeah, it's probably a good thing that link pearls don't get interfered with here. And Ishtola's probably gonna have a lot to say about that. However, yeah, this place is demolished. It's like a dimensional distortion on crack. Why is it always Subspace Emissary? I feel like this place is going to revert or change after I finish the expansion, though.
My home. It's in ruins. But why? What happened here? And where is everyone?
I had a look in a few of the other houses, but they had clearly been abandoned.
Damn it all. None of this makes sense.
Excuse me? Are you looking for someone?
White woman. Mysterious white woman.
I apologize for giving you a fright. However, I did have reason to keep to the shadows. Sorolja has told me a great deal about you.
Sorolja?
Greetings, and welcome to the realm of Alexandria.
So is your name Garnet?
I am Sphene, the Queen of Reason.
Queen of Reason?
If you are the Queen of Reason, is there perhaps
Yes, if you mean to ask if there is a King of Resolve. Zorulja holds that title, and together do we reign.
Then you are both behind the attack on Tulihiola.
And I doubt you're here to offer us a warm reception. No, you have it all wrong. I am not come to fight.
She's just
The
quirky.
Zorulja rules alongside me, but that is a matter of expedience. In truth, we are at odds, he and I.
I assume he came along and killed your,
It
proper
is
consort.
at considerable risk to myself and my people that I come before you to beg your aid.
Our aid. I'll admit I cannot imagine King Zorolja is keen to share and share alike. But if what you say is true, you're still the queen.
Indeed. But I was once the sole ruler of Alexandria. Until one day, he appeared, bent on conquest. In my weakness, I feared his power. So I persuaded him to forego violence and strike a bargain. I would remain queen, and he would receive technology that would empower him to achieve even loftier ambitions, along with the knowledge to use it.
I'm fortunate.
A gamble, to be sure, but if it might spare my people...
So are we in another shard?
If I may, the dome surrounding these lands was erected but recently. How is it he was able to not only invade, but instate a new system of leadership in a mere matter of days?
I've never heard of your realm. And this place is, or at least was, Yasolani. The house I grew up in is still here. But 3 years ago, that tower and these strange contrivances weren't. Nor was our village in ruins. Where did you come from? And what happened to the people who lived here? You must know.
Good question.
I realize how confusing this all must be. Truth be told, I don't fully understand it myself. What I can say is that one day, people from your Tuliolol suddenly appeared here in Alexandria. Or perhaps it was we who found ourselves in Tuliolol. Until but recently, we were completely unaware of events taking place beyond the barrier surrounding our realm.
Does this not remind you of the Crystal Tower? How, after the 8th Umbral Calamity, we devised a means to transport the Spire across time and space from the source unto the First. Granted, this is on a much larger scale, if that is indeed what has happened. Not only the people and structures, but also the surrounding environment. Regardless, the people of Lakeland perceived the arrival of the Crystal Tower much as the Queen describes her own experience. Sudden and inexplicable.
Well then, you appear to have a better grasp of our circumstances than we do. Indeed, more than I dared hope.
She has
In which
no
case,
idea what the
a closer
fuck is going on
examination of the
here.
effects of this phenomenon may afford us more insights. Allow me to take you to the outskirts. A number of the Shitona live there as well. Perhaps your acquaintances are among them.
Hold on. If we accept, there's no guarantee we're not walking into a trap.
But if we're to defeat Zorolja, we need to understand how he grew so strong. Besides...
Yeah, we need to deal with... We need to
You're
deal with
right.
this.
Queen Sphene, before we go, Your Majesty, I have to ask, did you really have nothing to do with the attack on Tuliholal?
Noble Wook Lamart, shall we dispense with the formalities? I'll not deny the soldiers and airships that attacked your people are products of Alexandria. But it was Zeralja, not we, who fashioned them into weapons of war and laid siege to Tuliolo.
So he alone is to blame.
No, I may not have prosecuted this war, but I nevertheless bear responsibility for it.
Girl, we're not going to let you accept responsibility for something
Let alone what you've been through.
like that.
So by all means, show us around. I think we'll learn a lot from meeting your people.
Wonderful. If you would follow me. Is that concern or suspicion? If things should take a turn for the worse, might I call upon your aid?
What were you even doing wandering about here?
I jest, of course. But you do strike me as the most capable here.
Yeah, she's... mysterious white woman. Surprised her name wasn't Garnet, but I'm not surprised that she's, named after a gemstone. That is a dog. I'm not sure I'm gonna finish the expansion tonight, but it sure would be really nice. Man, those fucking aetherites look like bomb pops. I just realized that, like, last night. It's just, I was always wondering why looking at them made me hungry. It's because they're fucking popsicles. There's supposed to be water flowing through here, and there is. Okay, well, before I go into this cutscene, I have to go touch that. If I do not touch that... I do wonder if this is where I'm going to be trading my tomestones. Because it seems like it might be. How very Final Fantasy IX of you.
Though you'll doubtless find much of what you see in Alexandria strange, the traditional agriculture practiced in this village at least should be familiar.
I've played Final Fantasy IX.
Queen's fee? What business brings her here, I wonder?
The queen has come!
So were those like accessories? What's the deal with the thing on the head?
You look well, Paquine. And Katonye, I see you've already taken to your new position.
Well, considering how few
When she
subjects you
introduced
have
herself as
left.
Queen, I was expecting someone colder. Honestly, she reminds me of you, Namachi. Me?
It's only natural for a ruler to love her people. And I should like to know them as best I can. Even the most trifling details.
There's probably not many
The more you
of
come to
them
know them,
left.
the more you grow to love them. Who they are and what they've built.
That's it. Beautifully put.
There's what, like 20, 30 people
and it
here?
would appear that she is well loved in turn.
Your Majesty, you honor us with your presence. And who are these fine people?
Tuliolol's vow of resolve Wuk-Lamat and her companions. They come from beyond the barrier, but you needn't worry. They are good people and are to be treated as my honored guests.
They're here to fix our
The rumors of
problem.
the link to the outside are true then. Rook-Lamont is still so young. Where are my manners? I am Popone, a leader of sorts of the people living out here.
What's...
Papone? That is a Tonawautan ring to it.
Right you are. I take it you hail from this region as well? Teshpiani, perhaps?
Yes, I do. I don't suppose you know a woman by the name of Kavkiwa?
Kavkiwa. I'm afraid I'm not sure if I've ever met someone with that name.
Mother isn't here. But it's a relief to know at least some of the people of Yasulani are alive and well.
Your mother, you say?
I really hope you're
Now
not
that you
evil.
mention it, I do see the resemblance.
Please don't be
You know my
evil.
mother?
Please don't be evil.
I do. Yes.
Then tell me, please, where is she?
I cannot say. Not here, but I promise I will in due time.
I have a
Wow.
question, Pepone. Do you recall what happened the day the dome first appeared?
The barrier? Well, I remember fixing a shelf that had collapsed after a terrible earthquake. Then the ground began to tremble. There was a brilliant flash of light, and then... Forgive me, my recollection of it all is rather poor.
You needn't push yourself, Pepone. After 30 years, no one could blame you for not remembering.
Excuse
30
me.
years? As in 30 years in the past?
Absurd though it may sound, there is no doubt in my mind the events that led to the joining of our lands occurred 30 years ago. Which is not to say I understand why our perceptions of the intervening time are so radically different. We only just became aware of the discrepancy when Zoraljar's military base was completed, and we were at last able to venture beyond the barrier.
I believed you long dead. To have the chance to kill you myself is an unforeseen blessing.
Years. Little wonder Zoralja.
Old man lizard.
It's not unlike how time passes differently in the First and the Source. The fluctuating space of the rift between them disrupting temporal equivalence. Perhaps the same holds true here, and time flowed faster within the dome. I cannot say for certain, but I strongly suspect that to be the case. And based on the Queen's account, this encampment may have come to serve as a physical bridge between the two planes, after which the dome was forced into the Source's temporal flow.
If we're to be certain of anything, we need more information.
Well,
Would it be all right if we had a look around and spoke with the townspeople?
By all means.
I do wonder what that's going to mean.
Time to see what we can see of Alexandria, then.
And its people. I may yet find familiar faces among the survivors from Yasolani.
Even if I don't understand the half of it, I would learn more of this place before we confront Zoralja.
I unfortunately understand most of what's going on.
How we make our living.
And I don't
We
like
have always
that I
prided
do.
ourselves on the use of traditional Tonawatan farming methods. The use of electro-fueled technologies has led to countless agricultural innovations.
Kona would most likely be very happy about this.
I would join you as well.
Ma'am, please, you needn't trouble yourself.
It's no trouble at all. And I promise not to cause any manner of distraction.
The only person around here capable of doing paperwork.
Reassuring words, or they would be had I not heard them countless times before. Very well, but do be careful.
I'm sure she's the only person around here capable of doing paperwork.
Now then, if you two would follow me, we can begin the tour.
Ugh. Most of these people were probably kids.
I can't say that I trust her yet, but I trust that her affection for these people is genuine. And that's enough for me.
Old man lizard. I am left wondering if this is going to be undone, though. Oh, you know? I think I understand. This is a reflection that this is an area of another reflection that happened to have overlap. With, whichever one was here. Okay. Just gonna go ahead and get rid of that, and I'll sell these later. Tasty. Looks tasty. Alright, just had to make sure. Yeah, that is so weird, but also at the same time, given what I know about Vieira, his mom is probably fine. Aaronville's mom is probably fine. They live... Vieira lived for a very long time. Alright, let's go look at the, farming stuff. Got a bunch of quests I have to do after the credits roll, too. Okay. Fancy. Okay, so what do you do? Do you manage the food? Yes. It's a refrigerator. To be fair, Alexandria is not very big at the moment. And you manage these dodos. Well, back to the person. They're just... Hey, is that a poop poo? Wait, no, that's somebody's pet. Okay, we're good. I was just like, what the fuck are the poo poos doing here? I haven't done Hildebrand. Well, if we get the chance. Girl overstepped. Will Clement be like, sorry, what? She's like, oh, I overstepped. No, you're good. I just wasn't expecting it. Acting up. Oh. The water's a little spicy. Okay, we'll go fix that. I am the most capable person here, after all. Let's go kill the lightning elementals that have no doubt taken up residence at this in the river. Okay, we'll go there first. Show me the electricity monster. Evil flying electric kettle. Somebody calling it Pikami. Oh no, Dio. Alright, where is it? They were causing a, They were causing that. Okay. It's not just that the water was charged, it's that, they were sitting on opposite ends like a fucking battery. Gross. Oh no, Dio. I need to sell some of this stuff on the market board. The person's name is Sith Lord. Are you that weak? What a good woman. How old is she, though? She comes off as maybe an automata. Give me the bread. Bread that I will most definitely probably not eat and hand off to somebody else, potentially. Damn, they made the circle on that fucking huge. And it's still not big enough for a dungeon room. People will still walk out of it. It's probably an angry robot. What's going
What's
on?
happening over there?
It's nearly time.
I sense that we're going to have to kill something.
I'm glad you could make it.
Are you with us?
Queen's fiends come to see you.
Who are you? Ah.
We're here, Namika. Everything is going to be all right. What's the matter, dear?
It can't be. That's the bangle I gave to Namika.
You know her?
Of course I know her. She was like a mother to me.
Most of these people are under the age of 30.
She was always willing to lend a kindly ear to others, but rarely did she ever speak of herself.
Is it really you?
She must have arrived shortly before the barrier manifested. For us, it was perhaps days, but for her...
Namika, it's me. Wuklamat.
I'm afraid her time with us is nearly at an end.
What does that even mean?
Has she no more soul cells?
She always used hers sparingly, but at her age, it wouldn't make a difference.
Ma'am, the ushers have arrived.
Thank you, Namika, for your many years of friendship. Take comfort in the knowledge that this is not the end. Be not afraid. Your memory will live on, in us.
Living on in memory. The giants share a similar belief.
Wait, where are you taking her?
Worry not. She is being escorted to a medical facility in the tower. There we will ease her burden. I had hoped to make arrangements for her sooner, but she wished to remain here for as long as possible. I could not bring myself to refuse her.
This is so weird.
Is there any way I might stay with her for a little while longer? We may not share the same blood, but she was my mother. Please.
A couple minutes alone.
Let us give them some time alone.
Well, this is depressing. I'm losing my hope of things being undone.
She didn't speak, but I'm grateful that I could be with her at the end. Thank you.
It's not the end.
Huh?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking that we have much to discuss. Where shall we begin?
End of the current story, anyway.
Perhaps. Between what we have witnessed and the testimony of Alexandria's inhabitants, it's safe to say that two distinct lands have indeed become one. What's more, having met Namika, there is no denying the divergence in the passage of time.
However, things did be weird.
Taken together, these phenomena strongly suggest that some manner of cross-rift displacement has occurred. Specifically, the displacement of Alexandria from another reflection to the source.
It does seem the most likely explanation.
What perplexes me, however, is the scale of said displacement. It far exceeds what could conceivably be achieved with a void gate, or even with the Crystal Tower. In essence, we are dealing with a localized instance of dimensional compression. The Ascians would no doubt liken it to a rejoining. Which invites the question, how was such a feat accomplished?
I wish that I had an answer for you, but this talk of reflections and dimensions is well beyond my understanding.
I'm sorry, I'm too stupid to help you.
I can only tell you that we lived peacefully under the barrier's protection for many, many years, until the day that peace was suddenly broken.
If I may clarify, the barrier predates Alexandria's displacement. By several hundred years, yes. To when the continent we call home was ravaged by a devastating cataclysm. The barrier was erected to isolate us from the surrounding land's innocuous influence.
The calamity of lightning, perhaps?
I see. And it was only later that it was whisked away, along with its contents, by means unknown.
In other words, Sphene's as lost as the rest of us, right? The Alexandrians didn't mean to end up in Tural.
Well, they meant to end up somewhere.
Ah, but of course, our next stop ought to be Everkeep. That tower over yonder. Once you have been registered as my guests, you will have access to Solution 9 and its residential district, where you will doubtless gain invaluable insight into Alexandria's state of affairs. Unfortunately, I cannot take you directly to where Zoraljar resides.
That you'd let us in it all goes a long way toward proving you're not content to let Zoralja do as he pleases. But we're not talking about a simple difference of opinion here. I've come to avenge my father. And to do so, I intend to take Zoralja's life. Are you willing to stand by and allow Alexandria's king to be slain?
A fair question. Permit me to answer it thus. My people come first. Their welfare is paramount. I will do everything in my power to keep them from harm.
Please don't be evil.
It is a ruler's duty. Now, I am off to register you at Everkeep. It may take some time, but you shall find the entrance open to you in due course. Oh, and ere I forget, your mother, Kafkiwa? You might try the Thunder Yards to the east.
The Thunder Yards? Is that where she is?
I'm afraid I can say no more than that. Make for the Thunder Yards and
Spoilers.
all will be clear.
Goodness.
It's not as if we have other pressing business. Not until we can get into this Everkeep anyway.
That wasn't good, I'm sure.
Thank you for earlier. And for being a friend to Namika these past 30 years. It means a lot to me.
Namika? I'm sorry, but I don't know who you mean.
Oh no. Type 0.
What? We were just with her.
I don't mean to give offense.
How can you not know? You're in charge.
Then in all likelihood, my memories of her have been stored in the cloud.
Oh my god, it really is Type 0.
Any person seemingly forgotten without reason is probably there, in the cloud. Oh, I really...
Yeah, they sent her to hospice. And she just passed away. Just passed away. So we're going east of here now, right? Oh no, we're... We're investigating the Type 0 nonsense that's going on here. So is the general theme for this place Type 0 and, Type 0 and 9? That's a weird combination. Type 0, 9, and 13, perhaps? feels like the fucking not the Calm Lands, but like the Thunder Plains. Just a bit of 10 thrown in here. Minion. That thing is shaped like a minion. It looks very marketable. Each of the reflections seems to be based off of multiple Final Fantasy games, though. So far. And I mean, the source is not an exception to this. Which leaves me wondering where Omega got its data for Final Fantasy 1. Unless, of course, Omega happened to go to other places before it wound up on Eorzea, specifically. In Eorzea? In Eorzea. You look like a minion. You look like the minion for the next dungeon, perhaps, even. Or maybe from a side quest. Yeah, it would be the Thunder Plains, wouldn't it? Maybe it's behind a dungeon. Maybe I'm about to have to do a dungeon trust. Miniature Type 0 plot. I mean, 14 canonically is a hodgepodge of other Final Fantasy settings. Anyway, it's not like Dissidia in that regard, though, where it's wholesale. Put the Nerf bat on your rapier. Fancy music, though. Ooh. Something that I gotta stick my hand in. Let's go. I'll stick my hand in that. Gotta slurp up the wind ether. Robot. Well, you gonna say something?
What is this?
Ironville!
A trap!
Huh?
Who?
I just had to get a look at you in the light, and I can still hardly believe my eyes. But it is you, my darling Elder.
Fix your fucking speakers.
My darling, what now?
Why are you a robot?
Oh, it's so good to see you, my fussy little bun bun. What are you doing here? What brings you all this way?
Are you okay?
Why the long face? Aren't you happy to see me after all this time?
It's only been a couple days.
Know that laugh anywhere. Mother?
Oh my god, this place is fucked up.
Wait. Since when was your mother a weird floating thing? And what have we here? Say, aren't you Galoo Jaja's kitten? I knew I recognized that adorable fuzzy face. Eleanor Spear was always so excited whenever you invited him over to play. You remember me, I hope?
Robot.
I can't say that I do, but you know my father?
Appearances notwithstanding, it would seem this is my mother, Kafkiwa.
I'm sorry? Oh, but this won't do. Come in! Friends of my Eleanor Spear are always welcome.
It's a shame that we only got to see what she's supposed to look like in a flashback.
A little forewarning, but no.
Well, they're all back to work.
Just when I thought I was starting to get a handle on this place, how are things still getting stranger?
So where's the second hub town? That is my question. Where is the second hub town? Because this is literally just Stormblood 2.0 at this point. And I'm fine with that, because I liked Stormblood. Heavensward is my problematic expansion. But that's because I had to play through it, and I remember how many bad warriors there were. And this is coming from somebody whose primary healer prior to Sage was Scholar. So is this a reference to Final Fantasy II? I mean, it's okay for the world to rejoin now. Oblivion was likely formed out of people that somehow inherited uh the Heidelin faction. Looks like a hairpin. That's that reminds me of something that's not Final Fantasy. I do wonder if this wasn't part of the void, perhaps, then. But I was gonna say it was probably the Calamity of Lightning. This place is probably from the Calamity of Lightning. Yeah, that's Type 0. They send the memories to, somewhere, I'm sure. Lifestream, perhaps? Hmm. Hmm. That's lore. I don't know how I feel about this. Somebody we know, possibly. Should probably move myself a little lower down, actually. Let's go ahead and, so that it doesn't, clip me like that when I bend forward. Yeah, it doesn't clip me nearly as bad if I do that. Okay. So what, this is like 9, 10, and type 0? And then elements of 2 were just scattered across the fucking setting? And 12. Well, I mean, I guess you could attribute 12 to what came before, really. Who are you? Okay, so we're gonna be slaying critters. And then... it'll be on to Solution 9 eventually, but there's still a dungeon and a trial between me and that. And another dungeon and trial between me and the end credits. Oh wait, no. I think there's a trial. And then, I think it's almost dinner time. I might have to take a break. Wonder what I'm gonna do while I'm doing that then. Maybe I'll stop and craft or something? 2. I'm helping. Alright, let's skedaddle. These are not dangerous to me. I'm really believing that this place is the result of the calamity of lightning, though. So you're a monk? Auto raise. I don't like these auto life accessories anymore. Is she about to use Seventh Heaven? Perhaps? Are you just using her entire fucking limit break chain? Oh, I can definitely smell dinner. Seems like we should have destroyed the one on his forehead, and that would have solved all our problems. The expansion would have just ended right there. Ah. I don't like this. tempering. I do wonder which reflection this was pulled from. Oh, you're gonna put me in... Nope. I was gonna say, you're gonna put me in another cut scene. They're giving me cake. Alright, well, once I'm in the instance, I may need to step out for just a moment. I anticipate a trial soon. If it's a trap, we'll deal with it when it happens. Well, considering how much of a brute force fanatic I am... Alright, let's go inside, and I'm hearing a bunch of stuff, so I'm gonna step in there. I'm gonna go use the bathroom. I might need to eat dinner, so there might be a slight delay in stuff. But, the most that's gonna happen there is I'm gonna mute my microphone for duration and, do something. I might stop and do sage leveling or something. I might end stream, restart stream, and then do sage leveling. But, I need to be right back, and I will be just a moment. There we go. I am back. So I'm going to need to stop and start stream real quick. For anybody that's watching this VOD on YouTube, the only thing that's going to happen between now and the next video is me pointlessly dicking around for an hour, half an hour, however long it takes me to eat dinner. I'm basically going to be doing sage leveling, so I'm going to cut that out of the VOD by segmenting things. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.